For nearly 30,000 years, the Second Eden lay at the heart of Mesopotamia, a living cradle of civilization. From this fertile triangle between the rivers, the children of Adam carried their light into the world. Blended with the Nodite and Sangic tribes, they became known as the Andites, men and women who would ignite the first fires of recorded history and accelerate the cultural evolution of Urantia in ways no age had ever seen. This is the story of the Violet Race after the Adamic default, from 35,000 BC to their merging into the Andite peoples, and finally to their fading from Mesopotamia around 2000 BC.
When Adam and Eve arrived, the minds and morals of the races were low, yet physical evolution had continued untouched by rebellion. And even though their mission faltered, Adam's legacy still transformed Urantia. Biologically, socially, morally, and intellectually, the presence of the Adamic offspring quickened civilization everywhere. But 35,000 years ago, the world was still mostly savage. A few bright centers glowed across the continents, but most of the planet slept in primitive darkness.
This was the world before the Violet Race began its great expansion. The Violet Race, Adamites and Adamsonites. Their chief center, the Second Garden, cradled between the Tigris and Euphrates. A northern outpost also flourished near the Caspian Sea and the Kopet Mountains. From these two centers, the lifeplasm and culture of Eden spread outward like ripples. Pre-Sumerians and Nodites. South in Mesopotamia, remnants of Dalamatia's ancient culture endured. Blended over millennia with northern Adamites, they preserved the old Nodite traditions.
The Yellow Race. In Eastern Asia, the Chinese peoples thrived, building stable culture along the highlands near Tibet. The Blue Race. Europe's explorers and adventurers. Their centers lay in the Mediterranean valleys and forests of the Northwest. Vital, restless, capable, yet slowed by Neanderthal absorption. Pre-Dravidian India. A mosaic of nearly every race on Earth, holding a culture just above the level of their neighbors.
8. The Sahara Civilization. Where desert now spreads, the Indigo Race once built progressive settlements, carrying traces of the older orange and green peoples. 9. The Mediterranean Basin. Here the world's great blend occurred, blue men from the north, Saharans from the south, meeting Nodites and Adamites from the east.
And at the center of all future promise lay Mesopotamia, the Second Garden, the one place where Eden's ideals might still rise again. The celestial watchers waited, wondering what the children of Adam and Eve would become. For thousands of years, Adam's sons and daughters labored along the great rivers, controlling floods in the south, fortifying their borders in the north, and keeping alive the memories of the first Eden. It was one of Urantia's great epics, a heroic people guarding a mission they never completely understood, yet always sending forth their best, their finest sons and daughters as ambassadors to uplift the surrounding tribes. Though it often weakened their homeland, the Violet Race always recovered, always rebuilt. Culturally, they stood far above the evolutionary races, matched only by the settlements of Van and Amadon and the high civilization of the Adamsonites. But their culture had been constructed, not evolved, a fragile inheritance dependent on memory, leadership, and purpose. As the millennia passed and the traditions of Eden faded, their civilization slowly declined toward a natural evolutionary level. Adam had left them rich in spirit and intellect, but limited in technology and resources, and after his death, the Edenic glow dimmed. Yet around 19,000 BC, the Adamites were still a great nation, over 4.5 million strong, and millions more of their blood had already flowed into the surrounding peoples.